Hey everyone, Dominator here from the Infectious Racing Club. Gonna go over the Women's Day event on March 8th. So shout out to all the women in Infectious for all the great contributions you make to the club, and to women worldwide for all of their contributions. And yeah, let's get into it. At the start, the AI can be a little bit tricky. We're going to want to stay a little bit to the right, move into the middle a little bit to avoid getting caught up with them, running into their back ends basically, as otherwise that will cause us to slow down considerably. In my case, this is the first time in the many runs that I've had where the AI tried to take me out at the start. So just be careful, they do it. Again, with the nitro, and as I previously explained in the Lamborghini Centenario car riot video I made only a couple weeks back, so we should be fairly familiar with this track. This S-curve right here, there's something about it that causes the car to not accelerate unless you're in a nitro state. It just stalls the car. So that's why we're going to save the nitro right for that part there, so that we maintain our acceleration as we come up here. Here we're going to drift with the brake on and the accelerator on, I should say, so that we can get around this corner nicely, and if at all possible, avoiding the walls. But if you do this drifting and turning to the right anyway as you're trying to make it into this gap a little too late, you will miss it. So you want to be close and tight to that inside edge, so that mountain there. If you hit the outer wall on the left hand side, you're pretty much done, and you'll have to go straight and it won't be pretty. You might as well restart your run. Once we get ourselves lined up, I should have waited till at least I was on the road. That would have been better with the shockwave. Here we're going to go down, we're going to drift slightly without the accelerator on, and then get ourselves back up to top speed using the orange nitro. 360s off the ramp, drifting again without the accelerator on, and then taking this jump. We're turning off the nitro here, turning it back on so that we preserve as much as possible to use in the orange nitro state to maximize our airtime. We're going to pick up the yellow bottle and we're going to go left through here. Again, many people that I've seen have used blue nitro through this section. I don't see a need for it. I have not seen the speed drop on the car. Of course, stay off the sidewalks on either side. And 360s on this jump to try and get a little bit more in terms of the airtime. Same here. Then we move into yellow nitro. Now, other people I've seen too use blue nitro around this corner. I don't think that's particularly necessary either if you, one, stay off of this sandy patch here, and if you, as I've shown, move from left into right. And you can stay in a yellow nitro state and you won't see your speed decrease significantly, and as a result we'll be able to maintain a top speed longer because we're using less nitro than if we were using a blue state. So through here, we're going to pick up this yellow bottle, and now I'm going to start drifting without the accelerator on. We're going to go down, and we're going to have just enough to be able to catch that jump. I'm going to pick up the yellow nitro bottle, drift without the accelerator on. Should have started to drift a little bit sooner to make that smoother. Remember on that, just before the ramp, there's those plants. That is a spot that will slow you down if you're not in a nitro state. I didn't have any nitro left. One solution obviously would be to do a wiggle drift just to be able to have enough for a yellow nitro state to go through that. I don't find it to be as detrimental in this run because we are going into this jump, and so we are going to get our speed back up as well, so it's not the end of the world. So what happened there is that over the rotations, I made sure to turn off the nitro when I finally reached top speed and accumulated enough for shockwave, because when we land, it's a pretty harsh landing and we lose a lot of speed. So we moved into a shockwave state to be able to recapture our top speed again as we just continue on in the course. 360 here for a few little extra bits of nitro. Drifting without the accelerator on, same thing. Down through here, the orange nitros, we pick up a little bit of airtime, and then whatever we can, and with whatever we got, across the finish line. That's a 138, 143 time. Good enough for 34th at the moment. I expect that to drop as more people participate. But you can see here that some of the cars of choice include obviously the Arrinera in my case and the Vencer Sarf, and I have seen some Acuras. There's an Acura, but those seem to be the main choices for the cars. And if we go for the top players, we have some beating out on an Acura and a Sarf from some of the aliens in the game. So there you have it. That will be my run. This is a very generous positioning in the top ranks at 10%, so there will be lots of positions. So this means that even a slower time, 140, probably even more than that, can still get you into the top 10%. So best of luck to all of you, and I'll see you in the top 10%.